Hello students, let's do some problems regarding to the diode circuits. So the first problem is, for the circuit shown in figure, calculate the power dissipation in the GNR diode. So look at here, this is the GNR diode. In the GNR diode, you want to find out the power dissipation, right? So in order to get the power dissipation, first, what is the current? How much of current is entering into the GNR diode? We have to find out. So for that purpose, first we will no need to read down the circuit. Look at here. Here this is the 5 volts fixed branch, because GNR voltage is always fixed when the GNR diode is on, because it is in reverse bias. Positive is connected to negative and negative is connected to positive, right? So by using this phenomena, we can find out that this voltage is, you know that this is the 5 volts. So first we will find out this current, right? So we will find out the current I equal source voltage minus GNR voltage by resistance. What is source voltage? 10 minus GNR voltage means 5 by 400. So by doing the calculation, we will get this 10 by 400 will gives, by doing the calculation, we will get the 12.5 milliamperes, and we will find out the load current also, this branch current. How? these GNR diode and these load both are in parallel, so it has same voltage difference. That's why we can find out the load current also. Load current equal 5 volts by 1 kilo ohm. Then we will have the 5 milliamps of current. 5 milliamps of current. So we have total current available, this current is available, and load current available. From this we can find out the GNR current. What is GNR current? Generally the combination of GNR current and load current will give the source current I. From this we have to find out the GNR current. GNR current equal total current minus load current. What is the total current? Total current from the source is 12.5 milliamps, minus load current. Load current equal 5 milliamps. So from this we can find out the GNR current equal 7.5 milliamps. What is the question? The power dissipation in the GNR diode. So power dissipation, I can write PZ, I can write GNR voltage into GNR current. So what is GNR voltage here? 5 volts is the GNR voltage and GNR current is the 7.5 milliamps. Then by doing the calculation we will get 37.5 milliwatts. 37.5 milliwatts. This is the power dissipation in the GNR diode. Okay, simple problem. Whenever the GNR is there, first you have to keep in your mind, in order to fix the voltage for the GNR diode, first look at the biasing. This positive E is connected to negative of the GNR. This negative supply is connected to positive of the GNR. Then it is reverse bias. In reverse biased case, GNR diode acts as a voltage regulator, fixed voltage regulator. That's why it is a fixed voltage. So by using that phenomena, these two branch voltages are same. By using that phenomena, we will find out this current and this current. So we can find out easily. So any GNR diode problem, you have to follow this principle. Okay. Next problem, same related to the GNR diode. The problem is, determine the values of VI. So he asked you to find out the VI, input voltage, that will maintain GNR diode is on state. So GNR diode must be in on state always. Vz equal 20 volts, you given Vz also, and Iz max equal to 25 milliamps. So we need to find out the minimum current and maximum current like that process. So for that purpose, first again we can take it like that. Vi is the input voltage, this is the 1 kilo ohm. So you know that this current we can write it as the load current. So he is given G R voltage. So this voltage value is 20 volts. Vz equal to 20 volts. This is the G R voltage. Right. So in order to when G R diode is on means on. G R diode is on, that means at reverse bias condition. So it is look like a reverse bias. For example, it is on. The minimum current flowing to minimum current, and it will have the minimum current and the maximum current. We know that. Okay. When Iz is minimum, so it has, when the on state, it has the current. GNR diode has two currents, that is the minimum GNR current and maximum GNR current. We have two currents. We need to find out the two currents. Then for GNR diode, for minimum GNR current will have minimum supply, input supply. Maximum GNR current will have maximum supply. So by that, this minimum GNR voltage will have minimum input voltage, but because he is asking to find out about the minimum, and maximum GNR current will have the maximum voltage. So by using that phenomena, we will find out that. So before that, in on state, generally it is in on state. So for on state, always Vz value is fixed 20 volts, reverse bias case. So by using that phenomena, the GNR branch voltage and load is both are in parallel. So that's why these have same potential difference. By using that, we will find out load current equal to GNR voltage by 4 kilo ohms RL. So what is GNR voltage? 20 volts and the 4 kilo ohms. So from that we will find out load current equal to 5 milliamps. For fixed GNR voltage, load current always the 5 milliamps. Load current is the 5 milliamps. So first we need to verify voltage ranges. So that means we have to find out the minimum input voltage and maximum input voltage. So for that purpose, for minimum input voltage, we have to find out the minimum input voltage condition. So for that purpose, simply minimum input voltage means minimum value of the GNR current. GNR will be on, but GNR current is 0. Assume that this is the 0. Maximum is already given, but GNR is 0. It will be on, but it will be on. So for that purpose, I simply again redraw the circuit. This is 1 kilo ohm, right? And GNR will be on here, but the GNR will be on, and the GNR is the entering current will be 0, and it will be come to the load. So that means load has we have the 4 kilo ohms. This is keep aside. It will be useful for us, right? And we have the plus and minus. This is the input voltage, and we are finding for the minimum input voltage by using the minimum Zener current, right? Okay, now there is no current flowing in the Zener diode, but the complete current will be, so we will change the pen, it will be useful. So there is no Zener current is flowing, for example this is, there is no Zener current is flowing, that means IZ is 0, and the minimum voltage requirement for the circuit is, the supply will be, the current will be flow like this, current will be flow like this. There is no current means the total current will be flow from the source to load and load to source. So this is the current, this current will be assumed as the I, current I. Then you will find out the current I, current I. So that current I is nothing but, here the current I is nothing but, we can assume that both are, load current is nothing but the this current. Okay, so now we will apply the KVL to the circuit, apply KVL, then you will note down like this. So KVL, so this is a supply minus minimum voltage, input minimum, plus I, the total current, source is 1 kilo, and this is the 4 kilo, equal to 0. From this we will find out, from this we will find out. So but you know that already we know that the load current value is the 5 milliamps from here, so substitute the 5 milliamps. So VI minimum, so if you remove this we will get the VI minimum, and I equal to 5 milli into 5k. Okay, so by multiplying this we will get 25, the minimum voltage is the 25 volts. So when the minimum voltage requirement is 25 volts, when Zener diode will take the 0 current. This is the first range we will get. Next condition is for maximum input voltage, for maximum range, input voltage for maximum range. So maximum range means, so here he gives a condition in the problem, that is IZ max. IZ max means when the input voltage is maximum. So that's why you need to write, he mentioned for this condition already, maximum Zener current is flowing is the 25 milliamps. By using that phenomena we will rerun the circuit. So that circuit is, that is 1 kilo ohm, and so this is the Zener, IZ max, this is the maximum condition, and maximum condition we need to find out the plus and minus, we need to find out the at maximum condition input maximum, and we have a load is there, so just take some load, this is also 4 kilo ohms, but load value is always fixed, that is IL is 5 milliamps. Why it is fixed? He never mentioned the load is variable load, the load is fixed load. So to maintain this load current we are using the Zener diode, we are using the Zener diode. So this is the 25 milliamps, right? So now we need to find out the output voltage, we need to find out the output voltage. So for that purpose, first we need to find out the how much of current is entering from this region, this branch. Okay, this supply current will be equal to Zener diode maximum current plus load current. So I can write like this, the total supply current equal to, so just wait here, the total supply current will be equal to I can write GNR maximum current plus, so already we have the load current. So GNR maximum current, he already mentioned this is the 25 milliamps and load current is the 5 milliamps. So by using this we can write the supply current is the 30 milliamps. 30 milliamps. Okay. Now we will find out the VI max. VI max, you know that the VZ value is already 20 volts. Okay. So now we can write like this. So by applying the loop equation, we will get this one. That is by applying KVL, we will write the equation like this. That is minus VI max and the drop across this. Drop across this means current into 1 kilo ohm, 1 kilo plus you know that the GNR voltage. This is the equation. So we need to find out the maximum voltage and the current value, you know that 30 milliamps and this is the 1 kilo ohm plus VZ equal to 20 volts equals to 0. So by doing the calculation, 30 milli 1k will become 30. So I can write like this, VI max equal to 30 plus 20, I have the 50 equals to 0. Then the maximum voltage equal to 50 volts. So this is the maximum voltage. First we have the minimum voltage is there, that is the here 25 volts and the maximum voltage is there, we have the 50 volts. So the range is 25 volts to 50 volts. 25 volts to 50 volts. So this is the procedure to do the range of input voltage and how GNR diode decides the input values, input voltage values. And here you have to keep in your mind this load is fixed load. RL is fixed, but input is variable. So we already discussed the previous, when we are discussing about the GNR diode theory, that time the load is the variable load and the input voltage is the fixed one. This model already we discussed when we are discussing the theory, but this model is load current is fixed and input voltage is variable. For this model you have to follow this, okay. So this is very good application of the GNR diode. And next we will discuss about the clipper circuits. So this is the clipper circuit problem actually. So this is very important problem, one of the important problem, and in order to understand this, if you understand this problem, you will do the any clipper circuit problems. Just observe carefully. So if you look like it, this is the bidirectional clipper simply. So in order to understand these clippers, we have to select the inputs values depends on the given biasing voltage. So these are the biasing voltage, 5 volts and 4 volts are the biasing voltage. And look at these signs, this plus sign and this is the minus sign first. So we are dividing into some cases same as the when we are discussing about the theory of the clippers. The case 1, so this is the input voltage 10 sin omega t. So case 1, so in this case 1, for example, source voltage is more than 5 volts. What happened? The more than 5 volts, diode 1 is forward biased. Okay. What about diode 2? Diode 2, this is the minus 4, is more than 5, it become reverse biased. So right like that, right here. When source voltage is greater than 5 volts, then D1 forward biased and D2 is reverse biased. So by using that, we have to find out the output for this particular value. So we will rerun the circuit, that is plus and minus. Here we have the 10k and this is also the 10k, and diode in forward biased, so shorted. We have the regulator is there, this is the 5 volts regulator. Okay, next, this is simply, this element is reverse biased, so we can directly remove this. Then this is the output. So now we will find out the output waveform by using the KVL. So we can write the output like this. The output equal to is the output plus output minus. We will have the, for example, this is the I is the loop equation, then we can write the output equal 10k into I plus 5 we can write. So from this we can write simply, but we don't know what is the I value. For that purpose, I am again rerun the loop equation. Take it as 1, better to take it as 1. Apply the loop equation, then it will become minus Vs plus 10k into I, okay, plus again 10k into I, both drops are same, plus 5 volts equals to 0. By using this we can write I equal simply Vs minus 5 by 10k. Substitute this I value in equation 1. Then you will write the relation between V0 and Vi. V0 equal 10k. What is I value? I value equal to Vs minus 5 by 10k. Vs minus I by not 10k, this is 20k actually, because 10 plus 10 become 20. So this is the 20k plus 5. So by using that we will get V0 equal to, so by substituting this we will directly get, directly by 2. 2 means, so this is Vs by 2 minus 2.5 plus 5. By using that we will find out the V0 value, that is Vs by 2 plus 2.5. So this is the relation between output and input when the D1 is forward biased. So when this case is there, so for example, if we take for the case 2 is always between limits. That limits is, if it is more than the, already we have the minus 4 is there, this is the plus 5, in between minus 4 and 5 is there, then so it will minus 4 plus Vs and 5. What is the minimum value between plus 5 and minus 5? Minus 4 is minimum, plus 5 is maximum. So for this case, if you observe here, if it is less than 5, it become off. If it is more than minus 4, it become off. Okay, so that's why here D1 and D2 both are in half mode. That's why the output voltage equals to follows the input voltage. Both follows the input voltage in this range. And the next case, third case, case 3. So go for the third case. Just observe here, third case is if only the input voltage is more than 4 volts, less than minus 4 volts, So here the input voltage is less than minus 4 volts. What happened? Less than minus 4 means this will be on and this will be off. So we can better to redraw this. So this will be on means I can draw like this. So to for your understanding, so this is the Vs, and again we have the 10k is there, and we have here again 10k is there, and it will become off, plus and minus. Next, here this is the on, diode will be on here, and minus 4 is there, minus 4, minus and plus 4 is there. This is the V0. So some current will be, so if you observe here, current will be flow through here, but if you find out the voltage will become minus 4 volts. Then the exact output will be minus 4 volts. Minus 4 volts. So we are getting 3 cases. First case, second case, third case, like that. So for that purpose, I will take like this. So I want to draw the waveform. So for that purpose, just I will take the dotted line of input waveform. Dotted line of input waveform, that is first draw the input sinusoidal wave. The limits are plus 10 and minus 10. Plus 10 and the minus 10. Okay. So this is the plus 10 and this is the minus 10. Just take it. Plus 10 volts and the minus 10 volts. And the input voltage. And we have two limits. One is plus 5 volts limit. So just again draw the plus 5 volts limits line, and the another limit is there, that is minus 4. So better to take, this is the minus 4 limits. So first, what is the condition of input? Input V is Vs by 2 plus 2.5. always you have to add some 2.5. Vs by 2 plus 2.5. So that means the output is like this. For example, the input is 10 volts. For example, the input is 10 volts. So for case 1, above 5 volts, what happened? We need to look at the above 5 volts is what happened. So forward this case, Vs by 2 plus 2.5. So we need to know the peak value. Just take the input is 10. Then apply here V0 equal to 10 by 2 plus 2.5. So we will get V0 equal to 7.5. So V0 will reach for maximum voltage of at this point. That point value is the 7.5. So it will reach the 7.5. I think so better to use the change of the pen. So I think my guess the input will follow like this and end it like this, because it's plus and minus, and will follow like this. What about output? Output, if reverse bias is more than, and follow the input between plus 5 and, so between plus 5 and minus 5 volts, plus 5 and minus 5 volts, it will follow the input. Look at here, this plus 5 and minus 5 volts. So if it is more than 5 volts only, not like that, if it is more than 5 volts only, for condition 1, look at the condition 1, more than 5 volts. So I think this follows this point. here some wrong is there, so I will modify this. So between plus 5 to 10 volts it will follow input wave, it will follow the sinusoidal wave, right? So between 5 more than 5 volts, but after 5 to minus 4 it will follow only the dotted line, right? So plus 5 to minus 4 also it will follow the same the input, and after the minus 4 volts, less than minus 4 volts, it will become the fixed minus 4 volts. After minus 4 volts it will become the fixed volts. So this is the waveforms generally. So this is the different type of problem, that's why I choose the problem. So whenever he mentioned, so this is possible, whenever he mentioned some resistance across here, then the waveform will be changed. If there is no waveform, directly it is in between plus 5 and minus 4. If there is one resistor is available, means it will change of the shape of the output waveform. So that's why please directly go for the answer. Just check whether he is given any resistor or not, otherwise you will get the wrong output. Okay, you will get the wrong output. Now we will do the last problem, that is about the clamper circuit. So look at here, find the output voltage. Look at the problem. Find the output waveform of clamper circuit when the input is square wave with the peak to peak voltage is 20 volts. So this is the clamper circuit given. So he mentioned that, so if you are doing the solution, he mentioned that the given clamper circuit is square wave. The square wave is, I can write like this. So the square wave is like this. This is between the plus 10 volts and minus 10 volts. Square wave is follows like this. Same time period follows like this. This is the waveform. And by using this circuit, he has to find out the clamper circuit. So for that purpose, just no need to draw the directly. So we will use here the phenomena. This is the input voltage. Better to take the omega t. We need to find out the output. So for that purpose, whenever the capacitor is seriously connected to the source, that is the clamper circuit, first case. Second case, first you need to find out what is the voltage across the capacitor. Then we will find out the output waveform. So for diode on, whenever input voltage is more than 4 volts, because here 4, it must be more than 4, then we can write the loop equation, that is minus 5 plus Vc plus 4 equals to 0. This is the on condition, diode on condition. From this we can write Vc equal to Va minus 4. But what is input voltage? Directly input voltage is fixed value. Input voltage for positive sign, it is a fixed value. That is, input value is 10 volts. So for 10 minus 4, you will get the 6 volts. You will get the 6 volts. And